Hello YouTube, LJ Draco here. I was looking at my YouTube channel past couple of days and I realised that I don't get many views. I don't mind actually. I originally minded. I didn't really want to continue with my videos because I thought, you know, YouTube's already got some interesting people out there doing the same thing. I mean, you've got John the Flick Pick, you've got Nikki Super Chick 360, you've also got FK Vlogs, you've got Forkable, Cool Duda, and all that stuff. You got like a bunch of other people, all doing really good like jobs of the film. And they've got more films than I do, and so you don't really need to waste time watching my videos. It's just something new to do, really. So I thought I'd do like a weird video today. It's my top 20 list of films that I think should have been released on 3D Blu-ray. I'm doubting most of my choices, but I think I'm on the right path. I think I've done a pretty good choice of thinking of which ones. Some of I've been questioning for a long time, and some that I just literally thought of before the video. To start off, not because of the film, but I think because of the scenes in the film. I think my first would I'm doing this in alphabetical order, by the way. It's in Armageddon. I think the only bit that would look great on this is the underwater scene where they're training. If you haven't seen the film, I'm sorry, just might want to skip the thing. But that and obviously the meteor scene in space. I think this would be a great transfer on 3D. It's it's not a bad film. I quite like Armageddon. Many people do, but I think it's a reasonable film to choose, and I think it's quite a good film. Second film is Battleship. Yet again, the color schemes are good, the graphics are good, the story may be a little bit too familiar to what we've seen before, but I think it's amazing. I think it's definitely a good film to watch on 3D. If you haven't seen this film again, I'm sorry, you might want to skip along again. But if you have seen this film, if you remember the big, like, I'll just show you on the camera. I don't know if you'll be able to see it because of all the glare. But it's this bit here where these things come out of and they start trashing the whole of the town. I think that's a pretty good film. I think that would look great on 3D. This one I'm in two minds about. I think it would look good in my opinion, but I don't think many other people would agree. And that is District 9. Purely for the ship, and purely for the ending. You know, like what happens at the end. It's too much like Alien and Avatar. It's too familiar. But I think it'd be reasonable. I'm doubting my mind about it. I don't know. A film that I definitely would love to see in 3D. I know it's an old film. It's not too old, but I know it's an oldish film. It's probably one of my favourite sci-fis. It's definitely my top 10 of favourite sci-fi films. And that is The Fifth Element. For some reason I've got two Bruce Willis films. I don't know. I think Fifth Element would look good because the whole, you know, the air, the sky city, the hotel, there's all the space scenes, and especially the bit at the end. I don't want to, yeah, but you know what I mean. You've seen this film, which probably everyone has. Yeah, you know. I definitely think this would be good. I'm sorry if I'm stuttering a lot. I stutter quite a lot when I'm nervous. I mostly do my videos when I'm tired, because when I'm tired, I'm kind of truthful and a bit more, oh, I don't care, I'm just going to say what I think. But when I'm wide awake, I'm very cautious. Another film, I don't think many people have seen this, and if you haven't, you don't have to be a fan of the game to watch this film. You just have to watch this film. It's incredible. Its story is it's weird, and the graphics are absolutely incredible. And that is the Final Fantasy VII movie, Advent Children. Now, they made an original Final Fantasy movie many years ago, and that sucked. It was a horrible film. I think it was called Spirits Within, and it was just terrible. It was absolutely terrible. This is what they did right. You got Cloud and you got Sephiroth, and all the characters from Final Fantasy VII in this. You know, you've got Yuffie, Tifa, Barrett, Sid, Vincent. It was, I think it's Red 7. I think is it Red 7 or pretty sure it's Red 7. I think he's like the wolf. I can't remember his name. And you got Cat Sith. But I definitely agree that this, that in my opinion, that this is definitely one of those films that you must, that I think they should release the 3D. I don't know. I think. Next is a Disney release. I think I've got at least 3 to 4 Disneys that I think should be on 3D. My favourite Disney film ever is Hunchback of Notre Dame. Many people probably won't agree as to why this should be in 3D. The only scene that I saw from a kid and recently watching it again, the scene that I know would definitely look good in 3D is when he's standing on top of the church with Esmeralda and he's like holding her in the air and he shouts the famous words, "Sanctuary." I think that bit is just incredible. My 3D TV, it's HD ready, but it's full 3D, and it's a weird make. It's like a Sainsbury's make called Celsius. It's not really one of them expensive models. I got it quite cheap, so I can't really complain. It's really good, and it's got like a 2D 3D converter, which I don't know how many TVs have. I think pretty much all of them do. But I can just put a DVD on, put the 3D mode on, and it will kind of, not fully, but you'll get some 3D aspects. And I tried it, and it weren't full like great 3D, but the background looked a bit more expanded and they were pushed a bit more forward. It looked really good, but I think this should definitely be released on 3D Blu-ray at some point. This is mine and my fiance's opinion film. There is 2, but I think I missed out one. I think I definitely missed out one. I did. I missed that one. I'll get that one at the end. I should have put that in alphabetical order. Actually, give me 1 second. Okay, I've got it now. I'll do that one when it comes to this time. Right, but next one, the first one is Christopher Nolan's Inception. People probably won't agree, but I think it would. I don't even have to explain why this should be in 3D. I think a lot of people who enjoy the 3D quality, if you don't like 3D, then just standard Blu-ray or DVD would be good enough. I think they would look pretty awesome. They look intense. That's on standard Blu. But I think the 3D quality for this film, if it ever got released, would be absolutely amazing. Next Disney release, I think it would look cool. That's the only reason I think this would look cool. Lilo and Stitch. I'm very kind of, to everyone else, I'm a very masculine kind of man. But I've got my soft centre. I've got my moments when I see something quite cute. I've got those moments, and I think Stitch in 3D would definitely put that in perspective for me. It would definitely make that right. So I think Lilo and Stitch. Time. Another one was another one of my me and my fiance's choices, and that is the first Matrix. I think it would. People probably going, no, it's too old. It's not good enough. It's I genuinely think it would look great. It's definitely the best Matrix out of all of them. I really can't stand the second two. I have to have the second two because I have to have complete sets. But this is definitely the best Matrix of even Animatrix wasn't that good. Next one was actually my fiance's choice, and that is Push. Yeah, I agree. The graphics are pretty good. That's all. This is one that I ranted about in another video. I can't remember which video I ranted it in. But this should have been released on 3D. This was a made for 3D film. The fact that they didn't release it on 3D makes me quite angry. The remake of RoboCop. Now, a lot of people are going like, "Oh, it's the remake. It's not as good as the." I agree. The original kicks ass. This is nowhere near as good. But it was an awesome remake, and it's a great film. And the 3D quality that they could have put into that film on 3D Blu-ray, it's absolutely makes me so angry. I was hoping to pick that when it came out. I had about £40 on me, and I was like, alright, I'm going to go, I'm going to get the 3D and the DVD. And then when I asked at the store, I said, is there a 3D release? Every shop's gone, nah, just Blu-ray and DVD. I was like, the fact that this wasn't, is really disappointing. But if anyone watches these videos, and if any of you agree to some of the films that I chose, if you don't agree to any of them, I'm open to what your opinions are and what you think should. But if you agree on my point that this should have been a 3D release on Blu-ray, then please let me know, because I don't want to feel like I'm the only one who does. Now, I'm counting all of these as kind of... they're kind of like 2. But I don't know if anyone will agree on this, but... try and do something off in the camera. I know they released, I think they released the Star Wars 3D films in the cinemas. I think the first one was released on 3D in cinemas. But I genuinely think that Star Wars would make a really good 3D film. And I don't know who else would agree to that. But I know I do. Actually, I should have shown the other film that I forgot first before I showed those. So I'll show that one now, actually. And that is Skyline. I love Skyline. It's a great, this is another one of my fiance's choices. Really good film. Graphics are incredible. The story is... it's actually a little different. It's not the same as Battleship. It's not the same as District 9. It's different. It's same old kind of alien story. You know, aliens come, take over, kind of thing. But the story behind it was kind of cool. You know, just... that was... I like that film. Next is one of my opinions. I've been saying this one for years since it came out. I've not always had a 3D TV. I only got my 3D TV, oh, I think it was last August. I haven't been collecting 3D films that long. It's just I'm a massive fan of 3D films now, to the point where I stopped buying DVDs, and I've got a lot of DVDs, and I wanted to continue just buying DVDs. I sold all my Blu-rays because I wanted nothing more to do with Blu-ray. But then I got my 3D TV, and that was it. So I've been stocking up on 3D films. Sucker Punch, I can agree most of the scenes in this weren't particularly good. The acting wasn't great. But I think all the scenes where she's... if you've seen this, you know what I mean. You can't say that these would not look good in 3D. I think they would. I think they'd look incredible. Next is another... I think it's my second favourite Tarzan. I've ruined the name now. My second favourite Disney film. And yeah, obviously it's Tarzan. I ruined that one. I definitely think that this should definitely be a 3D release if they do decide to do it. It's a great movie. The colour schemes are good again. You know, graphics are incredible. The film's just amazing itself, and I think this could work. I think this would definitely work. Another one's a Disney. I'm trying not to ruin the title for this one. This is another one I ranted about in my videos. Wow. I have to do the impression. I'm sorry. It just has to be done. But it's a great film. The space scenes are awesome, you know, and I feel he's like a younger Johnny Five from Short Circuit. If no one remembers Short Circuit, I mean, I'm 21 and I know Short Circuit. If you don't know it, buy it or watch it. It's a great film. It's old, it's cheesy, but it's awesome. It's awesome. But yeah, I think this would make an incredible 3D film, and the fact that this also wasn't a 3D release from the beginning was kind of disappointing, really. The last of the list is probably one of my most favourite DC films. Yeah, again, I forgot another bunch of films that was maybe in my top 20, but I think I've added more to the list. But I've added like, so the other ones, I'm not going to bring them down, but the other ones are the Batman Begins, Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises. Probably thinking, nah, Blu-ray's just fine for those. I admit Dark Knight on Blu-ray was probably the best Batman film out of the trilogy. But I think the 3D would look incredible on all three. I don't know why, I can picture it in my head, and I think the 3D would look awesome. But yes, this is my most favourite DC film. And I don't know whether people would agree to this, but I genuinely believe that this would probably be one of... I believe that this would be at least the second most best comic book 3D film released. I think the best 3D comic book film released is Avengers. Full screen. My 3D TV 720p and the full screen 3D is amazing. If I had a full 1080p full HD 3D, man, would I crap myself when Iron Man flies towards that screen. Or the Hulk. I'll tell you that now. But no, my favourite DC film is Watchmen. And it's dark, it's gritty, but yeah, in the end, it's the best DC film that I've seen. Man of Steel I like, but they changed the story a lot. I can agree to some of the points, but the story was very changed. I mean, the way Clark's dad dies, that's not the original story. I didn't like that. I agree with FK Vlogs about Man of Steel. I think it's FK Vlogs that done the review. I know a lot of people I've watched, like, I've been up for the past 3 days watching constant YouTube videos. I've watched 2 days of Nikki Super Chick. I've watched 2 days of FK Vlogs. I've watched 3 days of John the Flick Pick. And I'm just watching them. I'm just constantly watching them in front of me. And I've seen a lot of reviews about a lot of films. So I'm getting confused with who done one. But the way he dies is not the way he should have. And I don't agree with that. Lois Lane finding out who he is and knowing, don't like that. That's the same problem I had with Smallville. But I like Smallville. Smallville can get away with it. Man of Steel I like as well, but no. The worst Superman film was obviously Superman Returns. But in the end, yes, Watchmen, best DC film that I personally think. It's equal to Dark Knight, and it's better than Dark Knight Rises, in my opinion. I didn't like Dark Knight Rises much. It's a great film, but it's not my kind of... Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so 3D I think would look incredible. There's a lot of scenes in this. Dr. Manhattan is my favourite character. And there's a question that I've been fighting for a long time. In my personal opinion, Dr. Manhattan would completely destroy Superman. Because everyone goes, oh, no one can beat Superman, not even the Hulk. Dr. Manhattan. I've had this fight with people in my family, my friends, about the fact that Dr. Manhattan is better than Superman. Everyone's against me saying, no, not true. But then people researched it and found out that, I mean, Superman dies in the comics. Everyone knows that. Superman dies in the comics and stuff. Dr. Manhattan, he nearly died. He got split into atoms. But then before he fully died, the dude pulled himself back together and wiped out an entire place. That is awesome. How can Superman defeat that? If this guy can just blink and Superman turns to atoms, how has Superman got a chance? He may be faster than the speed of light, but this guy can, like, physically pause time. So even if Superman was flying at the speed of light, he just pauses it and just boom, done. But yeah, anyway, 3D definitely should have been released. I'm hoping a lot of people agree to some of these films. I'm hoping a lot of people, like, I know some people have been sponsored by some movie companies and like, oh, do you want to do reviews? Do you want to do testings? Do you want to give an opinion? I'm hoping some people can just look at some of the films that I've shown and talk to some of these people and just show them that, yeah, that these films would look great on 3D and that they should be released. I definitely believe that these films would be awesome on 3D, and I tell you what, and if they ever do, they'll be doing the world a favour. They'll be doing the world a great favour. It's just a bunch of really good films, and the 3D for majority of the films that I've watched have been pretty good. The only 3D films that I have problems with are pretty much The Hobbit and Man of Steel. That's it. The Hobbit's 3D isn't that good. It could just because my TV 720. Same with Man of Steel. Could just be because it's 720. But I watched Man of Steel on a 1080p, and the difference hasn't changed much. It's the same. Hobbits have changed slightly because I've bought the extended versions of the original versions. I know the transfers meant to be better for those. They were okay. They're not like amazing, but they're decent. They're reasonable. yeah, so pretty much that. I am uploading this video pretty much straight away. I'm doing another video about my 3D TV setup. I used to have my 3D TV, like I used to have my 3D Blu-rays around my TV on this little shelf kind of thing that I'm using, but I decided to move them to my actual shelving unit, which is what you're resting on. So I'm going to do a little video about that. I'm hoping I don't want to be one of those guys that has like so many thousand or million viewers. I don't want to be like one of those guys, because I don't want to be too busy on YouTube. I do want some privacy of my film. But it's just I wanted to at least have that kind of a feeling, just to be able to talk to quite a few people. I know a bunch of inspirational people on YouTube that have given me hope. You know, that are actually giving it. So I'm gonna actually mention quite a few of them. I think it's shout out, but I'm not popular enough to do a shout out, so I'm just gonna mention these people. There is at least 6 people who have been my kind of inspirations to do my videos on YouTube about my DVDs and stuff like that. And there's no particular order, I'm just going to mention the names that pop in my head. So there's John the Flickpick, Filme Fatale, Super Chick 360, FK Vlogs, Cool Dudo, and is it Wet Movie? I can't remember his name. I think it's like Wet Movie something. He's friends with Cool Dudo. All I know is that these people, I've watched tons of their videos, and I've been watching back-to-back videos. And it's just incredible to see that these people, like, they've been on here for ages. That's probably why I've lost my chance, because now I'm boring. I'm too old. I've missed my chance. And but I was too shy when I was younger to actually do videos, because yeah, I'm not gonna explain why. But in the end, I've been watching countless videos of back to back from when they first started to now, and it's just made me wonder, like, why didn't I start this from the beginning? I mean, I've always had a reasonable, but to be honest, about 5 years ago, I had a massive amount more films, but due to people I knew back then, they decided that because they were having financial problems, they should mug me. Pretty much is the way it worked. They wasted their money, so they stole my stuff. So I've only got half of what I originally had. But in the end, I'm slowly building back up. I'm not buying as many DVDs. I'm picking up the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the 16th on 3D, because I would like to watch that in 3D. It does look pretty good. When The Hobbit Battle of 5 Armies comes out, I'm not buying the 3D Blu-ray straight away. I'm waiting to get the extended. I'm hoping they do it the same way as the first two, because if they do it differently, I'm going to cry. But I'm going to do that. But yeah, because of these people, and because of the courage and the fact that the majority of them just make me laugh, you know, the comedic kind of side of their videos, they kind of like, oh, do you know what, I'll just be like this today, and I don't give a shit what anyone else says, I'm just gonna do it. It makes me laugh, it makes me quite enjoy the video, so thanks to all you people, and I am looking forward to watching all your videos. I'm always looking out to see if there's any new ones and stuff, so it will be quite interesting to see some more. But yeah, it's good. It's a good feeling to have people that can kind of be like, not idols, but I don't know the word. I don't know the word I'm trying to think of. I know it's in my mind. It's somewhere in the head. But anyway, thanks to you, and thanks to the people that have been viewing my videos. I know some of my videos have been getting quite a few views. The highest views I've got on one video is my Yu-Gi-Oh video for the 5Ds box set, which is some cheap knockoff from eBay. But I don't care. I like the Yu-Gi-Oh series. I don't care if it's in Japanese. I'm gonna watch the damn thing. But anyway, so thank you to everyone. Thank you to YouTube for giving me the chance to actually put my videos up. And just, I hope to continue making more. I haven't done my thing. I was going to try and do a video every Friday about my video diary thing. It turns out that my first one didn't get many views, and I said if I didn't reach 10, I was going to delete my channel. I got 3. But I haven't given up yet. I'm kind of hoping I can make my mark somewhere. But anyway, I'm going to stop this video because it's going on way too long and this stuff didn't even need to get mentioned. Do you know what? Might as well. I picked up a steelbook recently. I might as well. Let's just end it with a good thing. Captain America steelbook. I don't buy many things brand new. I only buy like the new release stuff. Other than that, I buy stuff cheap, pre-owned, second-hand. Yeah, some of it's... Unfortunately, my stuff gets damaged because people don't know how to look after their stuff before they sell it. But in the end, that's what people do. But in the end, yeah, I got the Captain America seat. It's got like a little dent here. That's what makes me sad. A little dent. But yeah, Captain America steelbook. Nice artwork on the back, on the front, on the inside. It's got really nice Blu-ray and DVD. I quite like. I've got 7 steelbooks in total. They're not anything particularly amazing. They're just there. I'm not really a big steelbook fan, but they're there. So yeah, I'm going to end this video with the Captain America steelbook. So please, if you are interested and you do like the video, please like it. Please try and subscribe. It'd be nice to try and see some other people out there that have other videos. You know, I'm searching every day, but I just go back to the original people who inspire me. But yeah, so just like, subscribe, comment, send me a personal message if you want to ask questions about anything, and I will actually reply because that's what I do. So yeah, I'm going to do another video after this. Preferably won't be as long, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.